Oh man, it's coming back, baby. It's coming back. So this news is a couple days late. I tend to do things a little bit later. I think some people would be expecting me to do like an Oscars review or, bitch about something that didn't happen at the Oscars, like why no superhero film won Best Special Effects or any kind of special effects award at all. But maybe I'll save that for another time. I don't need to spend a lot of time on it right now. But the news that I want to address today, at least, is the fact that a few days ago it was announced on his Instagram page, the best way to announce things, Neill Blomkamp, director of District 9, Elysium, and the upcoming Chappie science fiction films, will be helming the next Alien reboot or sequel. I don't care. I don't care what it is, just Neill Blomkamp is going to be directing and helming the project. Now, this has no relation to Prometheus 2 or whatever that title is going to be, because Ridley Scott is still in his Prometheus phase because, God forbid Ridley Scott do something new and original. But from what it sounds, Ridley Scott is going for the prequel era of the Alien franchise, whereas they're looking at new talent to go and direct further future Alien films. Now, the news as a whole is great. Neill Blomkamp is a very talented director, has proven that he knows how to helm sci-fi. Is Neill Blomkamp the best choice? Maybe he's not the best choice, but he's a great choice. Neill Blomkamp, as I said, has proven himself that he knows how to invest in science fiction worlds and bring them back to a more basic, grounded, and gritty level. They're not over-exaggerated and overly CG'd aspects of science fiction like what the Wachowski brothers are doing with Jupiter Ascending and what so many other science fiction films have done. While, yes, it's great that those films are artistic and, beautiful to look at, there's a small subtlety and relatability to grounded, gritty science fiction like what Neill Blomkamp has done. They're basic, there's minimum CGI, it's very practical. You feel like you are in that world. And that's what I love about his films. Now, applying that concept to an Alien film is completely different because the Alien itself is such an iconic figure that it's going to be very difficult for him to adapt to that kind of lore and that kind of a universe with his style of filmmaking. But at the same time, he's going to be able to bring the Alien franchise back to where it was rooted in. It was rooted in suspense, practicality, and grittiness. It expanded a little bit in Aliens, it expanded the lore around the creature and, made it a bit bigger. But then the subsequent films started going way too much into like CG territory, grandiose special effects, and overly complicated just everything. And then we had the pieces of garbage that were the Alien vs. Predator films, but we don't have to talk about those. How about let's not talk about those, ever? Let's just pretend they don't exist. This is the best direction for the Alien franchise to head in because it's kind of lost traction over the years. It's kind of become a bit of a joke because the effects of the Alien have become so CG'd and so unrealistic that people don't buy into it. If Neill Blomkamp gets his hands on it, which he is, it's gonna come back to the original horror and suspense that made the first film so great. This news isn't perfect. From what I've heard, that there's a rumor that Sigourney Weaver is attached to the film as well, and they're going to be continuing the storyline of Ripley. And this is where I'm kind of torn. On the one hand, it's great that they're getting her credibility back into the franchise because she's so iconic. She's kind of more iconic than the Alien itself. At the same time, I'm kind of on the side of saying, hey, maybe the torch needs to be passed to someone else to be the hero for the Alien franchise. Another strong female character that's essential to an Alien film. But Sigourney Weaver I feel, has kind of run her course for the Alien films. Maybe she'll be back as like a mentor figure, kind of like what Star Wars is doing. Having the original cast come back and, just play the mentor figures rather than being the stars themselves. I would much rather them pass the torch to another female lead so that we can have someone with a fresh face to continue the franchise. And so overall, I'm hugely excited that Neill Blomkamp is apparently helming the next Alien film. I'm glad that Ridley Scott is getting his Prometheus kick out of the way. We'll be done with that after 2016. But then the one gripe that I had was that I don't feel that Sigourney Weaver should be reprising her role as the lead. Maybe as like a cameo or as like a secondary role. It'd be great. But I feel that this would be the best way to get someone else, someone who has a fresh face, into the franchise. I'm going to vote, I want to see Emma Stone in this. I want to see Emma Stone come into sci-fi horror and be a very strong female lead. But maybe that's just the fanboy in me saying that I want to see Emma Stone in everything. But those are my thoughts on Neill Blomkamp apparently helming the next Alien film. It's going to be interesting to see how the next couple months or the next couple years play out with this news. And maybe we'll start seeing, like, more production development coming within the next couple months. So keep your ears to the ground on more Alien news. Just for a minute, picture this. Emma Stone with shoulder-length black hair, in a military tank top, wielding a flamethrower, facing off against an alien queen. Just picture it. Just picture it. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and don't forget to click that subscribe button. And you can follow me on Facebook, and also check out some of these other videos from Between Two Mats and R&D. More videos will soon follow.